Are we live? Alright, this is the long-awaited, forever-promised story of my grand adventure. Yay! My grand adventure starts like any other day. But it wasn't. Now, this is the grand adventure that includes a garage door opener, a saw, a screen, a window, and a cat carrier. Woo! This started out because I was getting ready to go for work, but I still had about an hour, and I called my dad, as I sometimes do, and went for a little walk while I talked to him, leaving my bag and everything else in the car and closing the garage before I left. Unbeknownst to me, my garage had gone psycho. And when I came back and poked in my little code, it said, sorry, no. And my keys were in my bag, in the garage, in my car. It was a sad day. And I had my dad on the phone, and I'm like, oh dear, I think I may be locked out. So I tried the code again, tried 50 other codes that I thought, well, maybe I use this one, because sometimes I forget. But to no avail. At this point, I was starting to get a little panicky, and hoping some big handsome locksmith might come along and help me. But alas, nothing. And my phone also had suddenly gone on low battery, so I'm thinking, there's a good chance I'm going to be late for work because I don't have a car anymore. It's in the garage. And I'm not going to be able to call into work because my phone's on low battery. My phone. So, this is when I start to panic. My dad said he'd let me go, so, in case I needed to call. And I start to think, oh, I could totally hoist myself up onto my deck. It's only forever higher than me. And, try to see if maybe I left the sliding glass door unlocked. But, I got about this far off the ground and said, yeah, it's not happening, because I imagined myself impaled on several things and my head struck and broken against stones and, things that normally would happen to me. For those of you who know me. For those of you that don't, these are the things that would happen. So, I went over and tried some more codes. Nothing. Then, I went down underneath my deck, where there's a little patio and another sliding glass door, which did not open. And a window, which also did not open at first. Now, this window is much higher off the ground than I originally really thought about it. Now, because I'm tall, so, I don't really think of things as high or short, especially if I've never really had to hoist myself up and crawl through them. It's just like you walk by and you're like, oh yes, I come up and can see through this window, so obviously it can't be that far off the ground. Not true. Now, we come to the point in the story where I'm about to rescue myself. Now, there's a thing here. I spent a lot of time rescuing myself, and I've always wondered, where is that big strong hero that's supposed to ride in and rescue me? And now I think I know what's happened. You see, there is a waiting room where said heroes wait to rescue me and other lovely people such as myself. Now, my hero has probably been waiting in the lobby, and on this particular occasion was probably sitting there reading a magazine or playing video games or, whatever he wants to do, probably entirely bored and waiting for me to get myself in another situation where he could rush in and be like, here I am, come to save you. And so I think over the loudspeaker was heard, paging Amy's hero. Amy's hero, please go rescue Amy. She has found herself in yet another predicament. He's like, yes! Finally, my time has come! And he gathers up all his hero stuff and gets ready to run to the door to come to my aid. And as he reaches the door and exits the building, he hears, cancel that, Amy's hero. She's rescued herself once again. Ugh. Curse you, Amy! No, sweetheart, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I'll just wait here again. And this is what I think must be happening to the poor man. And what I want to say is, if this is true, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for some big event. It's okay. Come say hi. It's all good. I'll be cool. Anyway, back to the story. Big tall window. Me. I did manage to pop the screen off the window, and with a little jiggering with a small handsaw, which, guess what? I didn't cut myself! I have all my limbs and my fingers! I know, I'm shocked too. Anyway, I managed to use this saw to wiggle in and undo my lock. And any of you burglar, thief, murderers out there, you best not be coming to my house, because I fixed it. It don't do this no more. So if I lock myself out again, I will need you, hero. But you're welcome to come beforehand. Anyway, so I managed to get the lock open, pry the window apart even though it didn't want to come over. And that's when I realized, ain't no way I'm getting in this window. It's not happening. As tall as I am, unless I wanted to rip my gut apart on the runner track things, it wasn't gonna happen. When I noticed an old cat carrier, a dog carrier, cat carrier, pet carrier, that one of my old roommates had left behind sitting out on the patio, and I'm like, oh, I bet I could crawl up on that. Which I did, all the whole time wondering if maybe it was gonna give out from under me or if I was gonna fall through it and break myself terribly and lie there with no phone to call anybody, with hidden under my deck, dying slowly. A sad, poor, lonely death. But anyway, it didn't, and I managed to get myself in the window and almost into my house, and then I was fully in my house, making a much better close personal relationship with my floor. Yes, the floor brought to me like a hard, cold truth, smashed into my face and my shoulder. But I was in the house! Woo! Which afterwards I had to call my dad and let him know that, yay, I made it in. And then, with almost little to no injury to myself, except for one heart-shaped bruise, which I couldn't show anybody due to its location. But that was my big grand adventure. I hope it was exciting as I made it out to be. To me it was, but yeah, I lived it. Anyway, that's it. I hope you guys all enjoyed hearing about it, since I made you wait so long. And anyway, hi Lana, Danielle, and hi Megan, Claire, and everybody at Matthew, and for all you people who are just watching this just to say, what the heck is this girl talking about, that's fine too. Except for you guy in the green shirt, you're kind of giving me these creepy looks, and I don't know if I like it, but, you know, to each his own. Anyway, that's it, and I will let you know the next time I do something grand and exciting. Alright, that's it for now. Bye!